Hello, my goblin friends, and welcome to another Salliekat streams Avernum. Unfortunately, my webcam decided it does not want to work with me today, so not doing that. Also, let me get my headphones on so I can actually hear my game. Loading save file failed. That's weird. Why can't I hear anything? Why is everything not working? Ah, because it thinks that my microphone hookup is headphones. It is not. Much better. Speaking of which, hey there, Leafy Nebula. I am testing out a new microphone today. Can you hear my voice? And is the volume appropriate level? And where am I and what am I doing? Okay, I'm in the Murtis Arms because I decided to stay in the hotel after taking out the undead menace, or at least temporarily taking out the undead menace last time. And because we did such a good deed, our stay was on the house. Nice. See, and I can also talk to Elmer again. Cool, thanks, Austin. We think that we solved the undead problem. There was a curse on a nearby cave. We lifted it. Sort of. You describe in great detail your adventures in the pit to the northeast. Elmer claps you on the shoulder. Well done. Even a respite from the attacks is worthwhile. You have saved lives. I'll make sure people hear about your deed here. A few minutes later, word of your deeds has spread through this small town, and you are presented with a pouch containing 250 coins. You feel very appreciated. Awesome. And my reputation is now very popular. Yay. Okay, so I believe that's everything I can do in Murtis. Let me just check real quick if I can do anything in the temple. Oh, okay, I had toadstools that she wanted. Nice. She takes the toadstools and gives you a scroll. Thank you for your help. Now I could also use some grey mold. Bring me a nice bunch and I will reward you. Yeah, good luck with me remembering to do that. I know where grey mold is, but there's not a lot of it. Good timing indeed, Nathan. Okay, so she just takes alchemy ingredients in return for stuff. I have a scroll of spray acid and a scroll of lightning spray, which I guess is good. Maybe I should give those to Esme to save on spell points? I don't know, I like having my fighters have non-physical alternatives, but also I don't remember to use them very much. Plus, I have no idea if one's intelligence stat has any effect whatsoever on scrolls and wands. As far as I know, it doesn't. Might go and see if I can buy a few more spells at the tower. Now, where can I buy said spells is the question. You, teach me things. Okay, that... Okay, I can improve Create Illusions, which I would care more about if I ever used it. Lightning Spray I definitely want. Oh, and I think I have to go to Barga before X will teach me anything. Bleh. Way to make sure I explore the world thoroughly, game. Though I do want to mention, I forgot when I was back in Murtis, I really like that Avernum adds in all these little bits of side quests and characters actually responding to you accomplishing things out in the world, like clearing out the undead spiral. It just makes sense for town leaders to react to these things. Okay, I think I came here through the honeycomb, so my boat should be somewhere around here. And I'm going to want that to get back to the next thing I wanted to do, which is hit up the big Slith temple. That's not the way. What am I doing here? No. I want mass curing. Well, actually I don't want mass curing anymore because poison has already worn off. Okay then. Where did I leave my boat? I don't play for a week and I forget everything. Ow. Alright, let's try new and improved lightning spray then. I can already see I'm getting a few more targets. Okay, 31, 41, and a whopping 13 on the magic user. Magic user also dropped some herbs. Okay, so if boat isn't there, if boat isn't here and isn't here, I could have left it at Silvar and someone is messaging me. Hold on a moment. I need to turn my tablet on silent when I stream. Let's see, is this just that one long tunnel? Yeah, it is. That's not going to do me any good. Maybe I did leave the boat at Silvar. Or maybe I left it at Kotra for some reason? Dear past me, what were you doing? And just confirming that bit of land has nothing on it. This one might have something interesting down a tunnel. Oh no, monsters. Human brigands. Interesting. Wasn't expecting you to find them over here. Oh, this is going to be a cakewalk. Okay, lightning spray is still not as good as divine fire. Poop. Stone arrows and cavewood bows. Your equipment is crap. Oh, gloves though. I still haven't replaced the gloves I lost in that one doomed timeline. Wand of Ice, not bad. Not great, but can pay for another spell or two. And I am the type of gamer that likes to have my map up at all times. Gremlins and mung rats, oh no. This combat could take a few minutes just because of all the gremlins firing rays at me. And it has to play the sound effect every time. I'm not sure if gremlins are more or less annoying to me in this version of the game, because they don't steal food anymore, but they confuse or charm my frontline fighters. But now they're all dead. Perhaps I should start uncharming people. Or perhaps I should do some heals. At least they dropped nice furs. Ending combat. Cures charming. Does not cure disease. And once again, I have discovered a dead end filled with rubble. But there is something interesting over here. A tower. At the edge of this chasm is an old abandoned tower, teetering on the edge of ruin. You aren't sure what this small tower was originally built for. Whoever occupied it recently left an extreme mess. A cursory search through the heaps of trash reveals nothing of value. A more detailed search would take much too long. Why do I get the feeling there's an NPC somewhere, or some other clue, that will tell me about that building, and let me find something actually interesting? Granted, I have no idea if that's actually true, or if that's just wishful thinking. Okay, I've pretty thoroughly explored these tunnels along the side. And this is back at Almeria, known territory. And this is a huge basalt pylon with iron runes set into it. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good night and a good beginning to their Halloween weekend. Happy All Souls Day, day after Halloween, candy hangover time. I got a whole 4 trick-or-treaters this year. That's slightly better than my average. This is what happens when you live on a little side street in a quiet neighborhood. Another huge basalt pylon. I'm beginning to sense a pattern. I'm beginning to sense poison. This time it says I can't understand the iron runes. Can't do much of anything over here. There's another Slith village that isn't attacking but will defend if I attack. But I'm not going to be that kind of jerk today. I'm going to be the kind of jerk that invades your holiest temple and loots all the valuables from it. Ha ha ha. Ow. I do wish I had multi-target Blessing and Hasting spells available. That's the front gate guards. I'm sure there will be more. I don't really need to do shielding. Might want to haste Esme just so she can keep up with everybody else. Oh wow, 6 damage. That's how we do it. This map feels a little more confusing in the isometric than it did in the top-down. Oh, I see. I don't have any lights on. That's why I can't see anything over here. Let there be light! Ooh, nice assassination. Yes, waste your turn healing. And I am honestly getting kind of annoyed with having my characters separated so far. There we go. No, not fight. Get. Healing potion. Perhaps Magrat could use a healing potion. Can't carry one right now, though. I am carrying healing potions. Why can't I pick up another? That's why I'm using Esme as my treasure hauler rather than Magrat most of the time, because Magrat keeps having her inventory stuffed full of herbs. And Githa have a couple more javelins. Hey there, Yamama Nama. Always glad to see familiar face. Or familiar name and user icon. Coins! Esme is now carrying too many items. Again, perhaps I should actually use some of those wands? Or maybe just sell them if I'm going to insist on running face first into my enemies instead. Oh, Sanctuary. That sanctuary seemed ineffective. Okay, probably the biggest advantage of using wands and scrolls is they don't use up all of your AP. I can't reach. I'm just playing normal difficulty, I think. I don't even remember if this game gives you other difficulty options. I kind of think it does. Ooh, bronze halberd. Githa's doing well enough. Maybe I switch her over to a halberd and see how I like that damage upgrade. Yeah, I can believe that. The remake have some gnarly difficulty curves. Other advantage of using wands instead of... spells is that they don't take up my precious magic points. Now, scroll is less effective than just using the spell. Figures. 60 damage, nice. Power gaming. Yeah, a little trash tunnel here. You need to stop doing whatever it is you're doing. Also, in the Exile and Avernum games, archery can be used at close range, apparently. A whopping 6 damage with the javelin, but it did kill him. Delicious fish and some weird meat. Could very well be human meat. Oh, is that why scrolls are terrible after low levels? We can just blame Gary Gygax for it. You think you can hear chanting coming from nearby. You look around, but you can't see where the sounds are coming from. Huh. Well, that corner does feel oddly empty. And the snakes just let themselves out of their pen. Yeah, switching over to the halberd might just be worth having less defense. Excuse me, have you seen the stairs? Excuse me, could you kindly stop beating the heck out of my fighter? Okay, wow, I really don't like those bats. They're rabbit bats, that's why they're beating on me so badly. And that's Esme, okay. Healing elixir, yes please. And lightning spray seems like a good idea. Okay, Sanctuary actually worked for that last one. Divine Fire for when you need crowds of enemies to die faster. I feel like there should be a higher level priest spell that cures and heals at the same time. Maybe that's because I'm remembering high level spells from Exile, or it's just something I want to have. Bar of tin is worth 30 coins at 10 pounds. Bar of lead is worth 80 coins at 15 pounds. Both of them are better than a bar of uranium. Iron pike, not as good as my halberd. Lots of cloth. More gloves. A lovely green shirt. Copper coins, and lockpicks that I don't need anymore. And that's another room taken care of. And apparently I can only pick up items that are right next to me, even if there's no visible enemies. Another big room full of boxes. Boxes do tend to contain more valuable stuff in Avernum than they did in Exile. Ooh, a trapped one. That means it's got... Well, technically it's good stuff because this is straight money, but that was like 10 coins. Also, something to be aware of in the new and improved version of this dungeon, elevation changes. Which are sometimes annoying because I can see ramps and stairs, I cannot see cliffs on the map. Okay, that's not a lizard man, that is a tree. Here's the stairs up. But I would like to investigate this corner where I heard the chanting. Hi. I honestly don't remember if there was a secret chamber in the original Exile version of this dungeon. Oh good, you have a healing elixir too. This is going to get annoying. Oh, why did I haste Githa? I wanted to haste Magrat. No matter, really. Yeah, I love assassination. For having someone hit 0 health points, that fight went well. Fine Slith Spear. Silver Bracelet. And... oh! How about that? Grey Mold. Remind me to go to Murtis after I'm finished here. Historical Scroll. Hooray. Scroll of Call Beast. That's barely worth picking up. I may need to leave soon just to do some selling of stuff. Several coins and a crystal charm. What's the crystal charm do? It also protects from petrification. Thanks, Nathan. And the other box are slith robes and costume jewelry, both worthless, and also a large iron key. I go to my special items. Also... right, last time I picked up the pearl brooch. This lovely silver brooch set with pearls was found at the bottom of a terrifying undead-infested tunnel. The amulet always feels icy cold. Spooky. You uncovered this large, heavy iron key in a box of robes in a large slith temple. Hehehe. Actually, why don't I head out now to do some inventory sorting? Okay, boat should be at the bottom of this thing. I really like having that safe travel spell. think the closest town is going to be Kotra. Yeah. If I needed something identified, I would have to go to Fort Dranlawn. Kotra's fine, though. Hi, Elspeth. I've got some salvage to sell. Well, first I need to actually get in the shop screen. Yeah, I'm just gonna sell that wand of ice. Ice lances doesn't do that much damage. Yeah, bronze greatsword is definitely something to sell, not to use. I have an unidentified longsword. I'd completely forgotten about that. And a helmet. And why am I carrying around bones? How did that happen? Here, Elspeth, have a lovely skull. Okay, I do need to go off and do some identifying at some point. And because it's not that far of a trek, let's just go to Murtis. I don't know, maybe Esme was, just felt it was seasonally appropriate. Sometimes I have picked up Bones and Skulls to see if they have fun descriptions. They do in a lot of the remakes, but apparently not this one. Heck, they probably had a funny description in Exile 3. That one had a lot of good things. Now, if you can use your new knowledge to bring me a sprig of mandrake, I will be greatly in your debt. You have each gained a level in Find Herb skill. Haha, nice, I already had mandrake. You proudly present her with a sprig of mandrake that you found somewhere. She grins. At last. Now I can begin to make some truly powerful potions. In return for your help, I will give you a real reward. She explains a new, powerful recipe to you, which requires mandrake and grey mold. You can now make Restoration Brew. Eventually, if my potion skill is high enough. Potions. So here's the recipes that I have. Restoration Brew requires potion making skill of 9, and I've got 6. But I can make healing or hasting elixir if I wanted to, and had the recipe. In fact, I only need 5 potion making skill to make grey mold salve. That feels wrong somehow after playing Exile. I mean, I would say Avernum 3 has the best skull in all of Spiderweb, but I'm not going to go into detail about what that skull is right now. If you know, you know. Slith Temple, round 2. Fight! Also, that secret chamber must have been in the original Exile version, because that's such a good place to hide the iron key, which I do remember needing. The Slithzerikai are a very religious race. They have their own strange reptilian gods, and they worship them with great sincerity and fervor. This temple must be a very sacred place to them. The floor has been worn smooth by the passage of pilgrims, passing through here, one after another, for centuries. You start to quiver with greed at the thoughts of what treasures might be concealed in this place. You also wonder how powerful and numerous the guards are. Numerous, yes. Powerful, not enough to measure up to me for the most part. Okay, everyone has bronze helmet or better except for Esme, and she's a mage, so she probably doesn't want one anyway. Navigating in combat mode is so much slower than normal mode. Ah, Sanctuary, that's why. Of course, wait a round or two and the enemies will ruin their own Sanctuary spell. Why do I have such limited range on getting of things? Another thing that occasionally annoys me about the isometric style is if the stalagmites aren't visible enough against the floor, I get stuck on them pretty easily. Very minor annoyance. Githa racking up the kills. Yeah, I basically never used Sanctuary, and I very rarely use summon spells. Because why summon when you can just blast the ever-loving crap out of everything? See, that time I was able to get the coins from the other side of the room. I don't know what gives. Also, another small quibble. I believe in the Exile version of this game, these were all pools of water rather than just pits in the ground. Good for ceremonial cleansing. As opposed to ceremonial staring into the void, I guess. Oh yes. Heal in the first round. That's effective. When cheap healing is available, take it. And one little pit all by its lonesome over here. And a dead end. Surely there's got to be something nice and juicy in the middle here. If I can remember how to get there. I can always pull out Farsight if I have to. Thought I remembered where the secret passage was. Yeah, summoning spells actually feel a little bit better to me in the remakes because I can only summon one thing per character. And that just feels a little easier to control and less completely overwhelming of the battlefield. Also, if the game gives me direct control over summons, I like it better. Summon AI tends to be pretty stupid. Well, heck. Oh, that's why. It's the opposite of what you would expect. Not a passage into the middle, but a passage into the little corner here. I sense that you are someone who would enjoy playing the Necromancer builds in Diablo. This is a huge, domed cavern with a dark, stone temple in the center. It is here the pilgrims come to make their sacrifices and observances, purified by the long walk. The sliths must not generally be allowed to enter the stone temple. Most of their offerings and small shrines are spaced around the edge of the cavern. The temple itself must be special. don't even have Create Illusions level 1. Since we've been talking about it, I thought, why not? Go, my minions! Now stand around and do nothing while we wait for more enemies to show up or something. Just a barrel of trash. And the illusions are already gone. Now here he's left the cleansing pools in. You find a small prayer mat on the floor, in front of a smooth, clear pool. The water seems clear and pure, but small flames burn on its surface. The mat is heavily worn, as if many sliths have kneeled on it to wash and purify themselves. I see some amphorae of wine. Well, 2 jugs of wine and 1 empty jug. Skulls of their enemies. Entire corpses of their enemies. At least I assume they're enemy corpses. They could be Slith-honored dead. Now, if I remember again from Exile... Yes, secret passage. When you enter this small hidden room, 2 Slith warriors step out of the shadows and attack you. And they have perfectly normal gear. Ash crossbow and iron bolts. Iron chainmail, not bad. Gith has got steel chainmail. Iron chainmail is about as good as the Blessed Studded. Several coins. A cloak clasp and a cloak. Not too impressive, but also not too bad. Okay. Doesn't look like I have any more healing elixirs. And again, I am completely forgetting that I have First Aid and Lay on Hands ability available. Though they're barely worth remembering considering the amount they usually heal. There's a heavy stone door set into this wall. It's held shut by a large iron padlock. Fortunately, one of your keys opens it. Hello, have you heard the word of my Lord and Savior? Big metal weapons? At last, as you've reached the central shrine, it's not as impressive as you imagined, and there's very little... Let me try that again. At last, you have reached the central shrine. It's not as impressive as you have imagined, and there's very little loot. The only thing you can see of value is a broken shard of sword, which is sitting on the black altar. If it's a broken shard of sword, how can I tell it's valuable? Is it very, very shiny? Or is it because we already know that is a chunk of Demon Slayer? Ah, nuts, terrified. That is one very tough asp. I'll take the sword in a minute. Ah, the 2 times denomination. I see, I see. I should have said my lord and savior. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. In the middle of this basalt altar, you see the broken blade of a sword. The pommel and tip have been broken off. The blade is covered with fine runes. As you put the blade in your pack, the sliths finally catch up to you. A small, heavily armed force positions itself outside the temple, waiting for you to emerge. Suckers. Yeah, the big damage spells are invariably my favorites. Though I do occasionally love the utility spells, like Light and Unlock. And Healing, of course. Hey there, Garnet. You've missed almost all of the excitement here. Someday I'll get a webcam working and maybe people can actually see the cat who keeps hopping in my lap. Also, I should actually check my special item inventory for Demon Slayer Blade. This is the blade of the legendary blade demons. This is the blade of the legendary blade Demon Slayer, lost long ago in the underworld of Avernum. Unfortunately, both the tip and the pommel of this magnificent weapon are missing. Well, the pommel isn't missing, but it's not attached to the blade. You stop that. Garnet, don't rub your face on the microphone. I said don't. Hmm. And now I just have to fight my way through the rest of the temple. As you prepare to leave the temple, the Slith's sacred treasure safe in your pack, you listen carefully to make sure that none of them have set up an ambush. Fortunately, your luck has held strong. Things are very quiet. You should be able to leave with minimal difficulty. Oh cool, I guess I passed a luck check. Oh no, I think of all the delicious XP and loot that I'm potentially missing out on. Oh, right. Safe passage. Travel thingy. Except I parked the boat over here. Actually, you know what? Almeria will do identification. And I believe is slightly closer. It's a little weird sometimes how places I've already visited will pop up on the map. Especially because this one is so much higher elevation than everything else. And can't go any farther downstream by boat. Okay, Julio the Sage. Can you identify my stuff? We have an icy longsword. Ooh, this weapon is constantly covered with magical frost, which makes its blows do more damage. Nice. I forgot that the icy longsword was introduced this early. Cursed bronze helmet, on the other hand, is crap. Mind crystal of venom foe? Huh. Okay, I gotta see what Venom Foe does. As you concentrate and you start to get an impression of what ability the item is trying to teach you. Natural curing. Merely by concentrating, you can purge yourself of disease and poison. Okay then. And what was the other one? Call Spirit. This is the ability to communicate with the spirit world. In addition to always having someone to talk to, once per day you can summon a shade to aid you. Higher your level, the better the aid you will obtain. Might actually use that one on Githa or Esme so that I have multiple people who can summon shades. Because Summon Shade is a priest spell and Magrat can already do that. Okay, so I believe... I can sell things to you. That's a nice thing in this game, that as long as someone will sell me something, I can sell all of my crap back to them. I just don't feel like selling my steel small shield quite yet. I don't know. Yeah, I've got 2 of those, so I can sell one. I mostly pick up the cloak clasp and other jewelry because they have a good money to weight ratio in terms of looting. So, not entirely sure what I want to do next. Could go in search of the tip of Demon Slayer. Could go off into the Abyss, or even explore around Fort Remote. But I think I'm going to decide that next time. I need to call this one a little bit earlier than I have been doing. So, once again, good night, everyone. And until next time, have a good one, everybody.